Hello everybody, welcome back here. Want to say thank you guys for the click, like, share, subscribes, and thank you. JCK CPA, special thanks to you. Appreciate the coffee. Uh, Welcome to the new subscribers. I appreciate you too. And guys, just so you know that here it's combining the energy with the psychology and transferring the energy, how the planets can affect us, and adding some the spiritual wisdom in there. Hopefully, guys, that's helping you in your life, and that's what you're here for. All right, what's going on today? Impatience. We're gonna be talking about patience in there, a lack of that patience for because of the current configurations there. We have the moon that is at Aquarius. We have the sun that is at Scorpio in there. We have Uranus that is at Taurus. And we have a Mars that is at Leo. Those are the four energies that they're not just known for the lack of patience. They know how to develop the patience. But when the things are between them in there, the impatience just comes out. That is gonna be, you're gonna feel this first quarter moon in there. The moon is gonna be also squaring Uranus with this. And since Aquarius is impatient to go into the new energies in there, the sun is going to be like, come on, I gotta get out of this underworld. The universe, it's like, but you are not ready. You have to go back and revisit the things you do in the material world. You can't build the perfect paradise when you're still holding into the hell that has been created. So with this kind of like of energies too, we have a Mars who is at Leo, is like, yeah, I need to be the king. I'm impatient to get to this king situations and so forth. So as you see, this is kind of like the energies that it represents up here, two, four. So you're trying to put four different pieces here within the puzzle. They're all matching together because it's part of the astrology. They're all together in there, but they're different colors, and everyone points like I'm right. And with this kind of like an energies too, you need to understand that the best thing is that what it's the key. The key is gonna be a patience, but the key is kind of like described within the disguise, and that's gonna be what? That's gonna be Chiron. It's always been a Chiron. It's get to these positions inside of yourself too. So when you're thinking about this energies from particularly from yesterday, you're following into those energies that are gonna come, and they're gonna be helping you to teaching you on patience. All right, how do we have this in the astrology? So here is the chart. We're seeing that the moon there is at 17 degrees, is square with 17 degrees the sun. Too, but she is trining Jupiter of this positions. The same time she's beginning into squaring Uranus over the day. That square with Uranus, and as the sun is also moving, that oppositions with Uranus with the ascendant is gonna come out. So with this energies, with we're waiting for the right things. We're waiting for the puzzles to be put together. Sometimes when you build a puzzle together, you don't have a patience. So what do? You take these pieces, and it's like, you know what? Enough of this puzzle. I'm gonna be just put it in there. I'm gonna do some other time. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna train myself in patience. I had enough. I'm done with it. So with this impatiences in there, be mindful because the Scorpio's energies, they are like impatient. They need to learn in there. Hi, Stephanie, glad to see you here. Aquarius have the impatience about let's go. We gotta move to the new. I cannot wait for you to make up your mind. Taurus impatient is like, yeah, but you don't have stable base in there. You need to wait for it. And Mars is up here. Is like, hey, come on, I need to get my crown. What happened here? So this impatience is gonna be learned from the moon, and this is gonna be about to understanding those energies of Aquarius, not to rush you and push you into the new, but you have also something else you need to work on it. You need to learn to work with all the rest of the pieces, not just bringing it to the new and there. You have to be able to remove and put together, remove and put together, purge, let it go, get new informations, purge, let it go, and get new information. Take a breath, accept the energies, hold it, and let it go, right? Okay, so you're gonna be learning to have this patience with this. And in the morning, that energy is going to be particularly asking you for that authority of patience. The good thing is Saturn is trining the sun. And Saturn is like, take it easy, no problem. Just relax in there. For there's going to be this lack of visions uh, from Venus to seeing the love. It's coming out from this squaring with Neptune and opposition with Jupiter, and this is a another things of impatience that you're going to be also seeing it within yourself, because you're in a duality, you are impatient, you are trying to hurry up, and guess what happens? You're making it a mess. For yeah, learning to let it go of the what it was, because that's what the yesterday's energy was. You to see the conflict as an opportunity to grow. All right, conflict is coming, of course. You will see the conflict in the next hour at 8 o'clock to midheaven. That it's going to be at work. It's going to trigger some situations with Saturn. But here is the key, the patience of the key of Chiron, that it's in Aries. It's divine energies with Virgo and the moon. The moon basically is going to teach you like, hey, have this patience. But when the patience run out, what do? Right? You're blowing the fuses. You're having a fit. You're throwing at things. The cup overflows, and so forth and so forth. They are going to see this kind of like, you know what, I had enough with this. Things have to come out. But as you see it, there was a lot of divine energies in there, and they says like, yeah, let's see how with this is. Let's see how with that is. Let's get within those, and so forth and so forth. So the divine energies, they're going to be at the inner work currently, which is that is the midheaven. They're going to be giving you this positions of like, hey, practice your patience, okay? You have this stubbornness, and this stubbornness at the Virgo that it's coming in, it's going to come down to those energies of Aries, of Chiron, but at the same time, those energies, they're going to be pulling into Aquarius. Relax with the new things. They're going to happen. Chill. Everything's going to be okay. All right? But you have to be practicing this key in there, which is we're talking about Chiron right now. And that's what the key is, the patience. And that's what Jupiter is retrograde back at Gemini for. All right. 9 o'clock in the morning, the midheaven is going to be with the south node. Pretty much okay energies in there. With the kite, it's about the future. You keep going. Despite of the situations, you keep moving forward. You already know that. There is no other thing. Life goes on. The situation moves. And so forth and so forth. It doesn't matter what happened. Life goes on. The survival of the humanity keeps going. The situations that keep moving. It doesn't matter how much the pressure is. So with this energy of the ascendant being with Mercury, communications will be the key. But some of you not going to be talking. You're not going to be talking for the things that you needs to be talked. Okay. Saturn, there is a with Mercury right now. It's kind of like If you don't talk wise, if you don't talk with patience, if you don't talk with the truth, you better shut up. For Stephanie, and at the same time, I feel like I'm releasing and healing grief around all the babies are lost. These emotions need to be released to find peace. Exactly. I had some situations that yesterday I needed to be, oh my God, I need to be releasing a lot of stuff from my own past in there. I was learning about all this, when you building life and so forth, and all of a sudden that old life crumbles in there to it. You trying to have this, you have not fully let go of certain things because you put so much time, effort, and energy. You can't go back. It's so much time. We're talking about years in there. And then when you're getting into this new energies that you already have to build it again, now this old let it go energies in there still within you. I was triggered so much that, man, you guys have no idea. Dio's got his own triggers in there. But yeah, practicing the peace, managing the peace that's what it is. If you have to go out for a walk, go have whatever it is, it's calming you down. All right, 10 o'clock, midheaven, it's gonna be at Libra in there. Sextiling the ascendant and trining Jupiter at the same time, trining the moon. And with those energies there, you're understanding that you have to get through the new energies, to acceptance within the new energies is accepting the new breath you take, the new things that comes in for. But at the same time, you need to learning of this that don't go against the universe and don't put your authority there, because right now that fights between the intuition, authority, and Uranus is not gonna feel good. If you are fighting, it's not gonna be feel good. If you're understanding the energies from yesterday about this, that is that energies that it comes in, there's an opportunities to grow. But you have to set back, get back, go back into the past. Why? Jupiter is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde. The retrograde is not done yet, right? So is Chiron is a retrograde. So all this returning in there for, and as we have this south node at the 5th degree of Libra, still about relationships. Okay, and look at in your own self as the north node is in Aries. Me, myself, and I facing we, others, and society. Welcome to situations. All right, what is the situations are gonna be at 11 o'clock in there? To the midheaven, it's gonna be beginning to walk within the Scorpio. That is remind you about that your shadow has something to do with the way you're going in. The shadow triggers you like, I don't want this shadow. I don't want to live in the shadow. I want to live the real world. And that is that energies in there with the North Node. But at the same time, the ascendant it's together with Venus. You feel those energies of divine energies from Mars and Venus. They're gonna be created with these points. But you feel like Venus does not see in the North Node. Venus does not see in this future. Venus doesn't like in that. And that expression is there. It's gonna be of that Mars that says like, be patient. Don't worry. Put the things in there. Put the things in perspective. But that Venus that it's there, since she's opposing Jupiter, Jupiter tell her, let me set you back. Let me get this maturity within going on with you. And you're going to be seeing it as the moon is going to be going through Capricorn. She's going to be in divine energies with Jupiter. She's going to be getting at that purpose. And when he moves forward, he's going to bring that energies forward. Now send you back, then it's going to get you forward. Breathe in, breathe out, right? Okay. All right. Next hour. 12 o'clock, everything gets piled up within the sun. Of course, in there, midheaven, it's usually with that time with the sun. The divine energies between Jupiter and Chiron, fire and air. Look into the emotions. Okay, so seeing that those divine energies that it comes in, it's going to be teaching you on this impatience, particularly that right now the true Lilith is very close to the sun. Wow, the mean Lilith is still at Libra in there. It's still this resolutions about relationship and what should we do, how should we do, and so forth. It's triggered by the ascendant. The truth out there still remain. Okay, the truth still remain, and that is that power of Scorpio, that they knows the truth, the real truth. They feel the truth, and the understanding how the truth is. Okay, and look at it with this. You are gonna have the triggers of the moon. That the moon says like, what truth? What truth is my truth? It's the new truth. The truth is coming. It changes all the time. And the sun says like, okay, maybe it's changed all the time, but if you're changing things all the time, what we're gonna create? It can create constantly new things. We have to be developed, create, develop, use, and have something positive about that. And this is going to be some of the challenges in there to understanding patience. Okay, patience. All right, 1 o'clock, midheaven is with Mercury. You're going to be talking about this. Okay, as the ascendant is at that beginning of where the yesterday's the moon was, you're getting and remind you about the yesterday's energies. Why do you have to go through all this? Okay, why you have to get in there? Why do you have to understand the difference of the positions of the new mindset? Because, oh, well, I can have a conflict with people, conflict within myself in there. That is not good. I might not working on this because I have a conflict. I'm not going to like this job because I have a conflict with the boss. I don't like this person because I have a conflict with them. When they challenge you to grow. And here is that yesterday's energy that it comes in. It's like mature, grow, learn, understand. All right. So now in the next hour, which is 2 o'clock energy, going on to the Pisces energies right there, square of Mercury. Oh, a lot of you don't want to talk about all this stuff. What's going on inside of you? What is it, the situation sitting there? You don't want to make those impressions. You don't want to make those communications. But still, Mars is going to be pushing together with Mercury about the North Node. It's like, just because we don't talk, we still have to go the walk. Okay? It doesn't matter if you would talk or not talk. The walk has to be done. And understanding this energy, a lot of the duality is like, should I walk? Should I sit? The complications is going to come in as a midheaven is at Sag opposing Jupiter. And with that energy very close to Venus is going to be related to the love. People think like, oh, this person doesn't love me, that person doesn't love me, that thing, and so forth and so forth. Well, actually, is not everything has to be connecting to love. And we are more attached to like, if this person doesn't do this, that's me that they don't love me. No, that's me that they doing things for a certain way, certain purpose. They still love you, but you don't feel like it because it's not your way. Challenges, of course, the new things has to come in, the work has to be done, of course, is in the next hour at the midheaven at 3 o'clock. It's going into a Capricorn there. That energy is going to be squaring the North Node, squaring the Ascendant 4. And it's got the divine energies of Mars. It's like Mars is like, come on, you can do it. You can overcome yourself. You can get this power in there. Be mindful of what you overcome yourself for it. Some things you can overcome, but some things you have to really not overcome, but bring it out on the surface. And this is what this energies of Leo is gonna come in. This impatience is like, you know what? I don't want to change. Don't want to change anything in there, because if I change the things, that means that I have to what? Transform. And I don't want to transform. I don't want to evolve. And that oppositions with Pluto in there is going to be teaching Mars. Mars is going to be learning a lot in the next 5 months. So be patient. Oh, if you don't have a patience, you think you have to master patience, Mars is going to teach you in the next few months. You're really going to be digging into this. We're going to talk about this Mars a lot. Oh, wow, so true. Let people love. People love. They want to love. Yeah, exactly. All right. Next hour, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, divine energies is going to be towards Jupiter, squaring towards Chiron. It's about these situations, about a work, the things that you need to do. You need to work for it. You need to perform. You need to get into a certain level. Certain things has to be done. And just because you think that has to be done your way, there is no other way that the things has to work. And that is going to be a part of that understanding within yourself in there, within the authority. As is here, there is a lot of divine energies coming out in the surface too. But the work is work, okay? Nobody asks you, do you like your work and so forth, but everyone is asking you the job to get done so you can get paid in there, right? Things has to be changed. A lot of all this situations of duality creates a lot of things for. You see that it's a lot, a red coming out all of a sudden for, and those energies currently that comes in, particularly with the ascendant that it's opposing Mercury. A lot of the people don't want to talk. It's kind of like you have problems with the work and you don't want to talk about it. You're just like, it's pointless. It's not worth it. He already make up his mind. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to her. Can you talk about you with you? You see, you're the boss. How are you talking to yourself? At some point, it's like, no, it's pointless. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see it. And that impatience in there can be really, really triggered. Thanks for it. Hi, Maida. Glad to see you here. Thank you for coming in. All right. Next hour, the midheaven is going to be towards the moon. The things in the next half hour in there. Actually, I can just point you out what I mean in the next half hour. Right there, the moon and the midheaven kind of like a meet. So you can understand it there. It's 18:23 in the afternoon energy for, as the ascendant is opposing Venus and Neptune, a lot of things about the love gonna get triggered. It's kind of like this duality there is gonna trigger everything inside of you. But Venus has to be doing the work with the moon within the intuition. Is like, oh, I can see how things can work. I can see how the energies will grow. I can see these positions of healing the past. And particularly with the divine energies with Uranus, I'm talking about this green line here with Venus. That is when everything's calm. But where it's go? It goes from here, from Venus towards the moon, towards the intuitions, towards the connections with the mother. From there, it's healing the wounds in there. The patience is the key. And from there, it's coming out up here towards Jupiter. Okay. So with this energies for, you're going to be able to understanding within yourself. It's like, oh, I was thinking that love is that, but actually the love is something different. Okay? Learning to accept other people differences, it's love. All right. Okay, and you gotta be patient when you're understanding this. You gotta be patient when things are developed. Not to be like, yeah, impatient. But hey, it is what it is. That's how you learn. All right, 7th p.m. Energy there for making an adjustment secure. All right. You see it at the midheaven, it's at right here, entering Pisces. Gonna be, this is subconscious work, particularly about understanding the masculine, particularly understanding the vulnerability, the courage, the strength, the inner power within yourself. Okay, and that power, it's leading you to proper visions, and those proper visions with Neptune, they're gonna be leading to a transformations. You have to, you cannot, you see, every time when you're trying to point somebody their own faults, they take it personally, they don't do anything. But when you allow them to see their own faults and learning from their own faults, it's kind of like, hey, do you think that behavior was right? Do you think that behavior was proper in there? And ask them to question themselves. 10, that's gonna be this work of the wisdom that you're gonna be needed. Because when you go somebody and it's like pointing out the situations, what do? They don't accept it in there. They have to see it within themselves. They have to learn from within themselves. But it's the same thing is applied to you. If you see something within yourself, what would you do? Okay, what would you do? Learning to accept other people's love, other people's ways, other people's thoughts. Everything is free to be and to be loved. Exactly, exactly, Stephanie. Great points. Great points, and glad to see you guys in the chat talking about this. All right. 8 p.m. Ascendant is at Cancer. Midheaven is at Pisces. The Sun is at Scorpio. Emotions. Processing emotions. But the unhealed emotions is gonna come out with Lilith and a Chiron in there. They're gonna come out. All right. Chiron is squaring the Ascendant in there. But the inner work is going to be telling you here. You have to see it. It is the proper energies in the family. It is the proper energy. Are you operating okay with everything that our material situations is for? Are you providing the material life? Are you setting up that material situations that it's for as an emotions? Because that's what Scorpio is. Scorpio is working in the material world emotions that are manifesting with others. How you do it? Do you do a shadowy business? It's kind of like, oh, I can get these benefits. Like the feminine energy is like, I'm going to twisting this, I'm going to twisting that, and then he's going to do this, and I can get what I want. You all know what I'm talking about. Or the masculine energy is like, okay, I'm going to present this, I'm going to present that, and so forth, until I win her over. We can be together, we can have the, you know what I mean? And then she's mine. No. Here, those energies doesn't work like this anymore. Since the divine energy is coming in, it tells you like, you have to do it differently. You have to prospect different ways for squaring a positive aspect. Squaring can have a positive aspect in a way that is going to be acting like a trigger in a form of negative energy. Okay. But if you take a look at it, particularly in the proper English, you need to square your shit off. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's what the square is. Square the things. They're not proper, and it needs to be squared and fair. All right, you can't just talk and make promises, then you do some other things. You need to be square and fair. What happened, what it is, and so forth. And this is what the square is. Square is to put the things in perspective while they're gonna bring some challenges. While through the oppositions, there are very negative in a way too, but they are giving you the perspective of two extremes, and you need to learn how to navigate two extremes and understanding things. The hard things actually in the astrology, that is what's called the T-square. In there is a one oppositions with two squares, which just creates this triangle of hell. And when the people have a personal planets within all this, people have a lot of personal issues. Okay, a lot of personal issues with that. So that's kind of like can put it that way. Here is that oppositions we're talking about ascendant with Pluto. You see the lack of changing within the masculine is like it's gonna be my way or the highway. Which way you gonna be, right? So if you look at it, the wisdom of this energy, it's not gonna help you to get where you need to go. Okay, Mars is looking at within itself in there, but those divine energies, as I was talking about from the ascendant and Mars, that it's coming in the divine energies with Uranus, is going to be like, look at it, you have to go back in the paradise, because now you're out of the paradise and you have all the hell in there. Now you have to go through the hell to go back into the paradise state. And if you Venus and Mars, they're both understanding this, they are going to be developing themselves. And that's what this energy is here, as called as a North Node. That's what the North Node in a chart is important. It tells you where are you going in life. What did you came here for? The aspects with the North Node, they're going to be calling about this. If you have all positions of something with your North Node in there, you have to see in it deeply, because those are two extremes of where you've been and where it is. If you have a planet that it's connecting to the South Node, something from the past you came here to accomplish. All right. So now with these oppositions here that we see in it through Mars, some of the people they don't want to do it. They don't want to change, and that's what this is. Patience. Give them a chance to figure it out. Give them a chance to find in themselves. Okay. And particularly we're talking about with this Venus squaring Neptune for. You can have a lot of confusions. Confused. And there. I'm a Scorpio North Node. That's mean that your North Node is to learn how to navigate material and emotional and kind of like the intimacy level with others. Maybe one of the lessons could be also not using others for intimacy so you can gain financial gains. That is another thing in there. But if you look at what degree your North Node is, go seek your Sabian symbol for it. The Sabian symbol is going to be telling you exactly what you came for. And if you have any square or trines or divine aspects in there, go look at it, what that is, and it's going to be telling you so much. For merging with others in there within the Scorpio, yes, but then it's more related to emotional, deep emotional energies within the depth within. You may be also hiding yourself in there for. While you, in the past, you learned the energies of Taurus, what you need to do in the material world, and so forth and so forth. For now, you came here to learn that you need to dig the crap out of the shadow from within, because you're sitting there. You gotta go and dealing with things that you have not dealt before within yourself. All right. 10 o'clock, the ascendant's going into Leo, as the midheaven is with the key. Key is Chiron. Yeah, lots of hiding. Of course, Scorpio is hiding more secrets than the Library of Congress can express. Okay. This is why some of the secret agents, they are Scorpio. Some of the secret policemen, they are Scorpio. Some of the most great detectives, they are Scorpios because they know how the secrets, they can read them. All right, patience is the key. And now you're going to be working on that. Patience is the key. It's at 10 o'clock. Midheaven is with Chiron, with the divine energies from Jupiter towards the sun, down in Scorpio. Okay? To figure out this shadow work, to understanding that shadow work, and to understand that the patience is the key. Okay? As authority. Then the authority is going to be finding the ways to work with the moon. And how it finds? Through Chiron. How it finds? Through Jupiter, because the moon, it is connecting with Chiron and the midheaven, but the moon is also connecting with Jupiter in those divine aspects that's gonna be comes in. Picture the energy of the authority goes like, let's grow, let's heal the past, and let's understanding this within ourselves. Otherwise, guess what happens? You take it, you're fighting that intuition that tells you the proper way. The moon goes and it's like fighting the Uranus, and Uranus says like, okay, you two are fighting each other. Okay, you're not gonna grow. I'm not gonna grow. And this suppression is gonna be like that impatience gonna be triggered, and poof, you can blow some fuses. Ah, there you go. You're an investigator of life and health. Maybe you're, if you do that life and health, maybe either you have Scorpio 6th house or 12th house if you're something within a psychology in there. Hi, Jolene. Glad to see you here. And yeah, if you are working at this situations, Stephanie, wondering that maybe your North Node is a and those houses in there. Usually that's what that is. 12th house. So it's, yeah, either 6th or the 12th house. So, okay. Depth of the spirituality, and you probably study also magic. Yeah, understanding how magic works is going to be a natural to you. Ah, you've been a witch in a past lifetime. Nice. All right, too much talk for personal information. Stephanie, if you need some reading or touch base with you, you know how to find me, guys. By the way, if you want to touch base with me, take a look at aquaspiritunited.com, and you can send us a message for it. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's finish this astrology report and talk about some questions a little bit here. But at 11 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be at Taurus. You need to talk about this settling into the earth properly way under the divine. Okay? You gotta be able to do this energies. Ascendant, there is at Leo, it's pointing out the Jupiter, the growth, and a Chiron. And a Chiron, as you guys saw it in there, that was the key. That's the key. The picture of that key right there. It's patience is the key. All right. Patience is the key, because that impatience that it's going to be triggered in there, that it was triggered with Uranus and the sun, it is about within the authority. And if you not put the peace within the authority, you're putting something else that creates war in there. And with that, for the midheaven, there is a Taurus is squaring Mars, and Mars is opposing Pluto. Internal wars, they never resolve issues. But from the lessons from yesterday in there, that was it about to understanding this, that the conflict and opportunity to grow. All right, guys. Now, if you have some questions, you guys can ask in there. Stephanie, you're welcome. there. Hopefully it's kind of like helping you out for it. Yep. All right. Let me give you some the gifts of energies of love, and there is no questions. I will be seeing you the next time. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing the likes, and we'll see you next time. Be love, and hopefully, did you say Sabian symbol? Yeah, the Sabian symbols. You need to look at it. There is quite a few versions of the Sabian symbols out there. To the Sabian symbols, basically they are creating within some cycles but that is when the astrologers put each degree a meaning. So when you have a planet in that degree, that planet is kind of like connecting to that energy. When you have some of the points, that could be the ascendant, that could be a midheaven, north node, south node. And if you look at it, the Sabian symbols, they can be really giving you kind of like additional depth that you need to go through. But you have to have also this interpretation, astrology, logic, if they are connected. So for example, if it's right here, and you have the moon, it's 27 degrees as it right now. The moon is connecting to so many points. The sun is connecting to so many points. So you have to be able to configure these interpretations and based of the mix with astrology within the Sabian symbols. But if you want to only look for what is your north node is there or a certain planet affects, you can do this on your own in there. But yes, the Sabian symbols are very, very healthy and helpful. Don't use them so much. I use them only in a particular cases with clients when they comes in with particular issues and I have to go and dive deep. The regular astropsychology, Asto-Gravitations is talking about how your soul match that energy of the earth of that moment and what you need to focus on, what your problems are that you need to solve and resolve, and they can help you out in life. That's what it is. Then if there is a particular deeply depth issues and or karmic related issues, or we're talking about family related issues, then the situations is you have to go even deeper in there within. So that's what this is, guys. You're welcome, Stephanie. All right. Okay, guys. Much love to you, and I will see you next time.